How you doing, guys? Good morning, because it is the morning. It's currently 3:10 on the 3rd. Are we on the 3rd now? Yeah, Monday the 3rd of February 2020. I haven't been able to sleep, really. Been struggling extremely the last few weeks with really bad overwhelming feelings for anxiety and everything else. And those who have watched my videos will know I've been struggling with a few issues recently. I say recently, in the last year especially. I don't really, or didn't really want to elaborate too much on previous things I'd said until I had a clearer sort of outlook or view on everything that was going on, but I've kind of got to that point where I don't really want to say the things I'm about to say or bring this to light, especially on YouTube or something. I'd rather have had some sort of other media attention or something to it that could have been dealt with in a better sort of manner. But this has been going on for a year now, and I don't think that's going to happen. So, I'm kind of at the end of my tether with it all, and I'm just going to put this out there. I will probably embarrass myself. I will probably shame myself. I will probably embarrass other people, and I will probably shame other people. As I say, this isn't my intention. This isn't what I wanted to do. I'd hoped to kind of have resolved things better than this, but it just doesn't seem to be happening. And I'm having everything that I am trying to do kind of thrown back at me and thrown back in my face, regardless. And then because of the treatment that I've succumbed to and things that have happened to me and my children and things that I've done because of that, it has led to certain treatment and certain court orders being issued against me to prevent me from being able to have communication with my ex and my children, and just a whole lot of other stuff. I apologise beforehand if I get tongue twisted or stuck for words, but it's quite a hard and painful situation for me at the moment. I'm going to go back as far as maybe 2014. My ex-partner, who I have 3 beautiful, beautiful children with, 2 girls, and my youngest, who is my son, my only son, who will be 2 on the 12th of March of this year, and who I haven't spoken or seen since the end of September, beginning of August now. Going back to sort of 2014, me and my partner at that time had been together for roughly about 2 years, and problems started to develop in our relationship. Sorry, I'm so sorry, people. Yeah, things had started to happen. Arguments do happen in relationships. People do have arguments. Sometimes they can be heated. Sometimes they can get physical. Sometimes in worse relationships, because I know we did have our moments, and I won't deny that. But, sometimes relationships can get really, really, really bad. And we did have our moments, me and my ex, but I had never honestly ever thought that it wouldn't be something that we could overcome and we could sort out. Going from sort of 2014 to 2016, jumping 2 years, we'd had arguments, things had not always been great. 2016, my partner had taken a overdose and had ended up in hospital for 3 weeks after taking several tablets downed with half a bottle of wine, and ended up in hospital for several weeks because of doing so. At the time, I tried to support her best I could. You know, when she eventually came out of hospital, we were seeing mental health specialists, Oxley's, such and such. She had a care coordinator, a lady called Monica Gomez Sanchez. And like I say, I'll probably get in trouble for mentioning names and stuff, but I'm at that point now, I don't care. I'm at the end of my tether because I've tried and no one's listening to me. My life has been completely destroyed in the last year, to the point where if I lose certain things that I've obtained, certificates and other things work-wise over the last few years, if I lose them, I'm more or less finished. I've got nothing. Then I have nothing to offer my children anymore, which I don't at the minute anyway, because of the way things have progressed and of the outcome of things. So yeah, going forward, 2016, my partner was admitted to hospital after taking an overdose for 3 weeks. I looked after the children, I took them to school, I went to the hospital to visit my partner. Various things happened over them 3 weeks. To the point where she had more or less a breakdown in the corridor of the hospital, and I had to calm it down and explain to her that if she was going to behave that way, continue to behave that way, they probably wouldn't let her out, and such and such. Anyway, basically stuck by her through that. She eventually was released from hospital. We went home, we tried to build on things. The next couple of years, things got relatively better. Sorry guys, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to hold it together as best I can, but you know, like I say, it's 3:20 in the morning. I've not been sleeping well the last year at all. I've got a lot of things going through my head. Constantly get overwhelming feelings and emotions, and it'll become clearer why shortly. So when my partner came out of hospital, we tried to make things better. We worked as hard as we could to build our relationship and everything else. By this point, we had 2 daughters together, Ivy and Rita. But I sort of from 2017 to 2018, the beginning, early 2018, things had got a lot better. We were enjoying our life. We were having some really good times, family, as a couple. And because of the overdose, we obviously had social services involved with our family. It was no problem. We had a social worker, I can't exactly remember what it was that she did, but she was like a she was like a family sort of thing, you know, come and evaluate it and everything. Sue, I've forgotten her name. Sue something. So anyway, everything was going well, and we had a good relationship with Sue, and you know, we always felt comfortable around her. She always tried to help us the best she could, and everything went really well. Um, I said this in a prior video. In December 2017, I lost an uncle very close to Christmas due to suspicious circumstances, which kind of affected me quite a bad way. Prior to that, the year before, another uncle of mine had died. I was probably the only one on my part of the family that was able to go and visit him in hospital and actually witnessed my uncle take his last breaths. So I had that. I had my uncle die of suspicious circumstances, and then in January 2018, my father passed away in a foreign country, and I couldn't go and see him. I couldn't go to the funeral, so that had quite a bad, fast effect on me as well. Then at the same time, my partner fell ill. It was admitted to hospital, and because I had chosen to go and see family on my dad's side in Newcastle. At the same time, my partner was then admitted to hospital for not being well in South London. It caused friction between me and my partner's family and my family. Obviously, not helping the situation. When I came back, the relationship deteriorated between me and my partner's family. Several arguments happened. We fell out, obviously. And then we were appointed a new social worker who, if anything, made things worse. I have several text messages from that time from my ex now, not very politely saying things about the social worker, which she was well within her rights to do so, because the social worker wasn't helping us, and like I said, things were getting worse. I've got all the evidence, I've got all the proof still, and eventually this will all come out. Not that I want things to be done this way, but it's the way things are going, unfortunately. So yeah, I have text messages from my ex-partner now talking about this woman, that she's not happy with her, that she wants to get rid of her, that this woman's nasty and not so many words, and other things. I also myself, and I will happily and confidently say that I was never impressed with this woman. I quite openly stated to this woman that I didn't think she was doing her job properly, etc., etc. And from that day forth, that lady, I think personally, took it upon herself to make my life a living hell, which is exactly what she has done. Or our lives a living hell, until she could get my ex-partner on side. So 2018 things started deteriorating quite badly. No matter what we tried to do, no matter how much help we asked for, I had a heart attack in this time as well. There's so many things to this story, so many things adding up, so many parts. So yeah, so this woman just didn't help us at all, this social worker. Made our life really miserable and hard. And I've got all the evidence and proof to this, which is, just beggars belief, really. So, yeah. So I had all this for a year. This woman didn't help us, made our life absolute misery, as well as a few other people. We were being wrongly advised, getting bad advice, told really bad things, 1 minute we were being told that because of my ex-partner's mental health, she should be on personal independent payment, PIP, whatever, blah, 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 and this, that, and the other, and I should get carers allowance and blah, 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 which is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to work, which I was doing, ended up having quite a good job, really, to be fair. Anyway, so 2018 was a complete washout. Just an absolute devastating year. Didn't think it could get any worse than that after my dad died, and the trouble that we were going through and the struggles we were facing. And then 2019 came, and because of the struggles we'd had the year before, and it had got harder, things had deteriorated between me and my partner, ex-partner, and in April last year I had her arrested for assaulting me. Now, I'm not going to sit here for 1 second and play innocent party. We had some really horrible arguments. Things happened that I'm not proud of. Things happen that I'm ashamed of. It did get physical sometimes, but, it's not like I'll say this now so you can understand this later. Had I beat my ex black and blue, I could understand why we're in the situation we're in now. Had I actually controlled or manipulated my ex-partner, I could understand why we're in the situation we're in now. None of this is, it's absolute rubbish, to be fair, and I've got proof of evidence of it all. Apparently I isolated her, I wouldn't let her do things, from what I've heard now from the school that my children attend. She's telling people that she wouldn't allow to move around the house without my say-so, which is absolutely just garbage, because I spent most of my time at work, and bearing in mind I was at work 12 hours a day, she had the freedom to do what she wanted, and if I was such a bad partner and I did all these things, she could have gone many times, and she spent most of the time at her mother's anyway. So, if I was that bad, she could have gone when she wanted to. A lot of our arguments stem from the fact that I wanted my children home at a reasonable hour. I asked that our house was kept tidy reasonably, and none of that ever happened, and was a lot of cause of our arguments, was the state of our house, her not being at home, and keeping our children out at a young age till late hours, everything else. There's lots of small things that turned into big things that was unnecessary and didn't have to be. Anyway, like I say, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm innocent. I'm not innocent. I did things that I perhaps shouldn't have done. I went out with friends when perhaps I shouldn't have done, because I was annoyed or whatever, and just silly things. And rather than us sitting down and talking about them and trying to resolve our issues, we never did, which obviously built up to stupid arguments that never needed to happen. Going back now, after 2019, going back to April 2019, we had quite a severe argument which resulted in me having my ex-partner arrested for assault. Now, she was arrested for assault. I've never been arrested. I've never been arrested for violence. I've worked closely with the police in my job. There's lots of different factors. So from the point of my partner being arrested last April, and now you'll start to understand why I'm having problems with mental health and my kids and everything. So, I raised my kids for 6 years. I was with them more or less every day, every night. took them to school. Sometimes we went on family trips. I can post abundance of photos and videos of us all laughing, joking, playing with each other, happy families, basically. So it'd be very rare you find a picture of my kids unhappy or something of us all unhappy. Well, I had my partner arrested for assault in April. We spoke about it. When she came out, obviously she wasn't happy that I had arrested, which I can understand. I was struggling with things I had been for the past couple of years because of the death of my father and everything else, and our relationship and social services. Just everything in general was getting on top of me, and I was struggling. So we spoke about it. As far as I was concerned, I apologised. I said, I'm sorry for getting you arrested. I didn't want to, blah, 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 blah. And then we had a conference meeting with the social services. I couldn't attend because I had to go to work. And at the time, because of my job, I couldn't get anyone to cover me. So I had to go. I had no choice. I asked my partner to explain to the social services that I wouldn't be able to make this conference meeting because of work and etc. Blah blah blah. She attended the conference meeting. And when I came home for it, my ex and my children were gone. There was no one at home. Obviously, naturally, I messaged her, called her, said what's going on. And then she informed me that they'd advised her that she's not to go home, and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. Over the following weeks, I was very confused. I was asking her to come home. I was asking her to talk. I was getting mixed messages from her and the social services. No one was explaining everything to me properly. And then next thing I know, I get a message from the social worker, and I've still got everything. I've still got it all. I get a message from the social worker saying they don't know what's going on until the America meeting. So I was like, the what? What meeting? So I googled it, the America meeting. I had a look. I was like, hang on a minute, this sounds really, really serious. So I messaged my ex. I was like, what is this about? What is that about? All of a sudden, block, back, no communication from anyone. So I'm like, what is fucking going on? Like, I want to speak to my kids. I want to see my missus. I want my family. What is fucking happening? Next thing I know, I have a non-molestation order on me. And it sounds a lot worse than it is. It has the word molestation. It's not, in a sense, you're molesting someone. It's not that. A non-molestation order is a physical order for aggression, and basically you can't physically or verbally be aggressive to that person. Blah blah blah. It's not molesting. So anyway, so I have a non-molestation order issued against my ex-partner. So I'm like, well, hang on a minute, how is this fucking possible? Because she's the one who's assaulted me. I'm the one who's had her arrested. There's no proof or evidence against me. I have evidence against her, but I'm not going to issue that. Obviously, I didn't have her arrested. I had her arrested. I never had her charged. I asked them to release her. So they twisted it on. So I was like, fair enough. I can get that. She's upset. So, blah, 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 whatever. It'll probably go on for a little while and then calm down. That never happened. In fact, what did happen was I gradually got to see my kids less and less. Bearing in mind, I brought them up for 6 years. Never had an issue. I never hurt my children. There's nothing. There's no evidence, no proof that I've ever hurt my children or would do. I've got a good relationship with them. So this all stopped. me seeing my kids, me speaking to my kids gradually got less and less and less and less. I didn't get to see him Father's Day last year. I didn't get to see my daughter on her 5th birthday. I didn't get to see him Christmas. I didn't get to see them New Year. I was told on my daughter's 6th birthday, you have a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, and my son will be 2 years old in a month's time. So on my daughter's 6th birthday, I was told to get her a phone so we could contact each other. I got her a phone. We were having messages now and then. And then I heard from somebody that my ex was seeing somebody else, obviously naturally heartbroken because it had only been a short period of time and my head was all over the place with it. But anyway, I sent a silly text to my daughter's phone saying, Mummy broke Daddy's heart. That was it. Mummy broke Daddy's heart. Yes, I agree and admit it was a silly thing to do, but my head was all over the place. I'm all over the place because of the way things are going. So yeah, I sent that text message, just bam. My daughter's phone was turned off. I'm not allowed to contact her anymore. Apparently through advice of the police, whatever, so. So that was all turned off. And then, like I say, obviously, gradually, less and less contact. That caused me extreme distress, and is still distressing me. But I attempted to take my life twice last year. Both times, silly and stupidly enough, sending videos to people. Because my head was a mess. My head still is a mess. I'm not going to deny that. My head still is a mess. I'm still struggling, really struggling badly. I'm not coping. It's been a year and it's still not getting any easier for me. If anything, it's getting worse. It's getting harder. I love my children. I love my children dearly. They're my strength. And I can't cope or function without them. So, yeah. I've seen in the last year how easily people can turn and who you can really call your real friends and who ain't, who are just false. And then also who your true family are. So yeah, I did a silly thing. I sent a silly message and now they turned my daughter's phone off and I can't contact them. I can't do anything. I put a discharge in against a non-molestation order. It was accepted, went to court in October. They didn't even listen to a word I had to say and basically just ignored me and carried on with the non-molestation order anyway, which was issued on the 8th of July 2019. When they first applied for it, it was denied because of lack of evidence, because they've got no evidence. And then when they redone it, it was accepted because of the social workers had done a supporting statement. Now, in the social worker supporting statement, not only had she defamated my character, she religiously discriminated me and told numerous lies in this statement, which all I've mentioned. And funny enough, over the whole year that we had this woman as a social worker, I asked for her to be removed, and so did my partner, and it was refused. When she did this supporting statement to the court and accepted the non-molestation order, and then I brought all this up, now conveniently, not only has the manager left the services, the social worker has now been moved off of our family's case. Conveniently. But no one will say why. Bearing in mind, these two people I put complaints in about, and I'm going to a stage 2 complaint with Bexley Social Services. I'm going to say it, Bexley Social Services. You want their names? Justine Mortimer's left the social services. Jedida Maburu moved off. Yeah, she was our social worker, moved off. So, Justine Mortimer's manager of the family or of the group of social workers that were dealing with our family's case has left social services. I was complaining about her. Jedida Maburu, social worker, moved off our family's case, even though we asked several times and they wouldn't, but now all of a sudden she's been moved off. Slightly convenient. Yeah. Bexley Social Services, this is. Then Fiona Cisneros, the deputy director, who I eventually managed to get hold of because I weren't having any of their crap, tried to lie, then agreed to see me, saw me, made several false comments. We had a meeting, she sent me the meeting minutes, asked me to rectify the meeting minutes and send them back. I said, I'm not rectifying your mistakes and send them back to her because the meeting minutes were all rubbish. Underlined it all, sent it back with my reply to it, blah, blah. Now refuses to have anything to do with me until I go to the stage 2 complaint. Funny that, isn't it? Everything's just an absolute mess, an absolute bullshit. Pardon my French, but I'm really frustrated with it all now. This has been a year that my life has been destroyed. I've lost my job, my character's been defamated, I've been religiously discriminated against, and they're getting away with it. I've been stopped from seeing my children without any reason to do so because I've never hurt my kids. There's no proof that I've ever tried to do anything to my children because I wouldn't. All their own reports say that I'm a good father, and funny enough, I'm not allowed to see my children. I got told I'm only allowed letterbox contact. And then when I did send a letter, they refused to send it because they said it was too upsetting. I'll put the letter at the end of this video, and I will put photos of me and my kids at the end of it, and I will put videos of me and my kids at the end of this video, and I will put videos of me, my ex-partner and my kids at the end of this video. And anyone who watches it and sees the pictures, sees the videos, sees the letter from the social services, sees the thing from the supporting statement, will see what a load of rubbish this is. But I'm at that point now, I don't care. I will probably get in serious trouble for doing this video and putting everything in it. I don't care. I'm done. I'm at the end of 10th remote. I don't know who to trust anymore. I don't know who to listen to anymore. I don't know who to turn to anymore. All I want is contact with my kids. I just want to see and speak to my kids. It's my 40th at the end of this month. And it's my little boy's 2nd birthday 2 weeks after. I haven't seen him since September last year. I spoke to him. I didn't see him Christmas, didn't see him New Year. Didn't see him Father's Day. Didn't see my daughter on her 5th birthday. And I've done nothing. You know, anything. The only person who's really been hurt in all of this is myself. I've only hurt myself. Yeah, I have done stupid things, I admit it. You know, and I've sent videos to people of myself trying to take overdose and trying to hang myself, choke myself. Yeah, silly thing to do, I understand that and I know that, but because of the frame of mind I was in at the time and the things that were happening, not being able to see my children, I didn't know what else to do. And I genuinely felt like that's what people would prefer. You know, people would prefer to see me in that sort of state than have anything to do with my kids' life because that's how they make me feel. And it just seems it doesn't matter what I do, I'll get knocked for it. I was in a children's programme when I was younger on ITV. Even we were raised in Hong Kong. I was in a children's programme in Hong Kong with my sister. I was also in a film with a friend in 2005. So I thought maybe, you know, put myself on a website and try and get back into a bit of acting or something. I did that. Now I'm being told that I've been an actor all my life because of things that have happened in the past couple of years and blah, blah, blah. And my ex's mother isn't happy with me. The things I could tell you, honestly, the things that I could go into about my ex and her family, the stories I could tell, but I won't. I'll keep it amicable as I have tried to do. Social services, I'll sing like a bird about them, but in regards to my ex and her family, I'm not going to go into detail because that's not who I am, and I've tried to be amicable from day one. I don't understand. I really don't understand or what I've done so bad to them for them to treat me this way. Any of them. Social services, I expect it from, you know, corrupt corporation. As for my ex and her family, yeah, they, you know, I'm grateful for things that they've done for me when we need their help, and I also help them at times, which is why I'm so kind of like, I don't understand how things have got like this. Really don't. So, anyway, yeah, from 2019 to now, things just deteriorated no matter what I did. No matter what I was asked to do, I tried, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And even though the social services' own reports say that I'm a good father, they're doing their best to make me look like I'm not, and that I'm some sort of threat to my children. And me going from having contact with my children to supervised contact to no contact to letterbox contact to absolutely nothing at all for nothing is blowing my mind away. And then people wonder why I react or have reacted the way I have and why I feel the way I do. And I feel like shit, I'll admit it. I feel like absolute fucking shit. You know, and I've got constant horrible thoughts going through my head. And I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to have them thoughts. You know, I lived with these children for 6 years. I raised these kids for 6 years. I had such a good bond with them. And it was snatched away from me for no reason. So what do people fucking expect me to feel and think? I had a really, really good job. I was earning good money. Things were looking up for us as a family. And we just stuck together and we pulled through. Worst thing about this is I've fallen out with family and friends over all this because I can't hate them. I don't hate them. You know, like I said, I don't blame them for certain things. I blame the services more than anyone. I blame all the services. And even though I know that there'll never be any reconciliation or we'll never be a family again. I can't hate them, and I'll always forgive them because I'd rather my children be happy and be amicable for my children, and my children be upset and it just be a constant war, because that's never what I've wanted. So, yeah. Last time I saw my children was August. Last time I spoke was beginning of September last year. I bought my daughter birthday presents. They were sent back. I was told they weren't big enough, even though I'd bought them a size bigger. But apparently they weren't big enough, so they sent them back. I even bought my ex, even though we hadn't been together for several months, a big bunch of roses, pendant, a bracelet with 30 on and her initial and everything else, and a few other bits and pieces. You know, they've been together for months. I hadn't seen her, I hadn't spoke to her, but I still bought it all. I still had it sent to her mum's house and dropped it off to her friend's house for her friend to drop her around there. Well, I tried, I made an effort, but it's not good. And then obviously because of the way I was being treated, that year one night I even printed out some posters with a picture of us both on it and said, like, I would have done anything. That's what I put on it. I would have done anything, you know. And I would have done. And yeah, that was a stupid thing to do as well, because I went and stuck them up around the area near where my mum and dad lived, where she was staying at the time. And yeah, it seems like a crazy thing to do, and I know that now, but when you're in love with someone, love can really make you do some stupid things. All I ever wanted, what was best, what I thought was best for me and my children and my partner, just wanted what was best for us as a family. I tried so fucking hard. No. I tried so hard, I had a heart attack. The following year I collapsed. I pushed myself to some serious limits. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Getting hard as it's approaching my 40th. Yeah, 14 is my fucking 40. As it's approaching my 40th and my son's second birthday, and obviously not seeing my kids. I'd love to see my kids for my 40th. Any more than anything. You know. I'd rather sit at home and have a cuddle with my kids on my 40th than anything else. And my son's second birthday. They get on Christmas and they get to see him or speak to him. New Year's or Christmas. I could say from beginning of September last year. So, yeah, it's hurting me. And then again, just after Christmas and New Year, I was contemplating attempting suicide again. And it's hurting me. It's really hurting me. The funny thing is everything I do is being used against me. Absolutely everything. All the things my ex-partner did, all the things our family have done, nothing gets mentioned. Nothing gets mentioned or even took into account. And my partner ended up in hospital for weeks because of an attempted overdose. Her sister in hospital twice. Her mother, thieving, drugs, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on and on. You know, fuck it. I don't want to turn this into some world of war or War of Worlds or whatever, and, you know, but my life's been destroyed in the last year. Completely destroyed. My character's been completely defamated. I've been religiously discriminated against by the social services. I've been alienated from my children by not only my ex and her family, but the social services as well. It's not fair, it's not right, because I haven't done anything to my kids to warrant any of this. I haven't done anything that deserves any of this. I've only tried. And even people who I thought were my friends, People that said they'd be there to support me, to help me, and they haven't. I've never felt so alone in all my life. I've never struggled. Never struggled like this. My life's not been great. You know, I had a very good upbringing as a child. But from my young teenage years to now, it has been nothing but fucking hell. And it has been hell. It's just been one tragedy after another. And I've gone to bed and I've tried to be strong. And now I just feel like everything is just... The worst thing about all of this is I love my ex more than I've loved anyone. But seriously, but the damage is probably on both parts. My part. Unfortunately for the kids, it's never going to be rectified. For the kids' sake, I just wish all this would be resolved amicably and properly and sorted out. But it just seems, like I said, I don't know, because I'm not getting a straight answer out of anyone, no matter what I do, so... Sorry, excuse me. I don't know, I just don't know. I just want my kids to be happy and have a happy life. And be able to see them. Speak to them when I want. Just to help me, because without them, it's crashing me. And I'm finding everything so hard, I can't focus, I can't concentrate. And I don't deserve this. My kids don't deserve this. And no one's given us any real reason why. Oh, and to top it off, like I say, when I went for the discharge of the non-molestation order in October and they ignored me and nothing happened, they then sent me a letter saying that the next court hearing was in March, and then I got one in January, early January, saying no, actually it's the 14th of January, but I couldn't make it because I'm miles away. So I iterated that several times, asked for it to be adjourned. They said they can't adjourn it unless I attend, and they have it adjourned on the day, which makes no sense to me, and obviously I couldn't. And then obviously they went to court on the 14th of January. I haven't heard anything, and we're on the 3rd of February. But, I found out from an email from the Deputy Director of the Social Services, who has lied several times, that apparently they've extended the non-molestation order and issued a prohibited steps order. This has gone from being a non-molestation order against me against my ex, to now turning into child proceedings is beyond me. It's all just so twisted and corrupt. I'll get to the bottom of that, like I say, when I go to this stage 2 complaints, because I'll bring all this up and I'm going to throw the book at them. And just so you know, and I hope you are all aware, I'm recording it. I am going to record it. Trust me, start to finish, I'm recording it. Because that's what I do best. I document everything. Like I said, I have got everything. I've got the videos of my ex attacking me twice. Emails between everyone, text messages between everyone. I've got it all. Do you think anyone will listen to it though? No, because they just want to push their agenda against me. Is there any proof or evidence against me other than the stuff that I've sent? No. Have I got that as well? Yes. Am I willing to put my hands up and say, yes, I did that? Yes. As I have done in the video, yeah, I've done some stupid things. I sent videos of me trying to attempt suicide. Yes, stupid, I know. It's the mental, the frame of mind I was in because of the things that were happening to me. But have I done anything to my children? No, not at all. I absolutely adore kids. I've got nieces and nephews that I have a very good relationship with as well. My sisters, my brothers, friends, family, with kids that I spend time with will all tell you. I've never hurt a child. I have a good relationship with them. Oh, I don't fucking deserve this. I don't deserve it. Anyway, I might make another video at some point. I'm getting tired. It's 4 in the morning. Like I say, I'm not sleeping all that, but I'm now just rambling on because I'm tired and stressed and upset. But yeah, as I said in the video, at some point I will speak a little bit more, and that's what I will do and intend to do over the next few videos, because quite frankly, I've had enough. I'm fed up with the bullshit. So, guys, you want to drop me a message, you want to ask me anything, please do so. I'm happy to admit it. Anyone wants to help me, please do so. I could do with it, because I'm literally alone in this. And it seems to be a case a lot of the time in these sort of situations, But yeah, that's basically majority of the story anyway, guys. Hope everyone's okay. God bless. And if you're going through this shit and you want to talk and share stories and just, someone to talk to, vice versa, likewise, then please message me, yeah? Cheers, guys. God bless. Good night.